We've seen it, we've heard it about 1,000,000 times in all forms of media. The power of love and friendship. Many denounce this power as a cheat code to write characters out of an impossible situation. What if I told you that this power is real? Not in the sense you'll turn super like Sonic or Goku, but in a way that will transform your life for the better. In this age, we have people pushing the notion of self-reliance, independence, and self-sufficiency. We're told how we're more than enough on our own. While it can be good to be independent and not be too reliant on others, it becomes suffocating when you believe you have to do everything yourself. Got a problem? Solve it yourself. A burden too heavy to carry on your own? Sucks to be you! Humans have and will always be social creatures. We need each other to survive in this crazy world. Science and various belief systems support the power friendships can have on you. It releases the feel-good chemicals in our brains whenever we spend time with those we love. Making fond memories, sharing our struggles, and being there make a difference not just in you, but in the person you spend time with. Friendship is not selfish. It's not a sign of weakness or being too needy. According to the book my faith comes from, a friend loves at all times, and a brother is born through adversity. This emphasizes the nature of a true friend. They withstand every season with you. Of course, there are friends to look out for. Based on my experience, a true friend will keep their word. My ex-friend never kept her word. She put on a persona to keep her church reputation, never intending to maintain an actual friendship with me. This caused me to have trust issues with others. Like, how can you trust someone who plays the role of a kind soul? How can you tell if someone is genuine? My next ex-friend on the outside appeared to be genuine. He didn't really have anything to hide from me. If anything, I missed the cues. Calling himself trustworthy is a sign he wasn't trustworthy. Forcing himself to be a collaborator with me when I clearly said no was a red flag. I also fell into a toxic rabbit hole, if you will. My hidden toxic traits became more apparent from 2018 to 2021. My faith also warns me to be careful with whom I associate myself with, as a person's toxic behavior can affect you. Even a person's positive attributes can affect you. For example, my friend Witches is very supportive of the Vocaloid community, and that encouraged me to be the loudest cheerleader for my friends and those I support who don't know I exist. I've learned to surround myself with people who display love, inclusion, compassion, and empathy. Friendship, relationships in general, are really complex. Nothing is 100% black and white. In this digital age, we have access to make friends from all over the world. We could go on a whole tangent as to how dangerous it can be to make friends online, but key points to take away from interacting online are to not give away personal info like your full name, address, phone number, or social security number. If a message from someone feels fishy, chances are it is. I highly advise watching videos on what to look out for when interacting online. That said, we're moving on. I've made many wonderful friends online, all of whom are super precious and adorable. Even though we're far away, we can talk to each other thanks to the internet, primarily Discord. I made some of the greatest friends there, some of whom I got to meet IRL. Vocaloid has brought me to many cool people I could confidently call my friends. A majority of villain backstories I see are of betrayal, loneliness, heartbreak, and loss. The pain of those things encourages them to give the world an Uno reverse of their suffering. I admit, I stand on the edge of that path. It'd be so much easier to ruin the lives of the people who hurt me, intentional or otherwise. Then, it would be to love and forgive them. The outcome, however, would not be worth it. I look at people like Emmy of the Sonic community as an example. She let her resentment get the better of her and tried to ruin the lives of others. Speed Supersonic made a detailed video on the whole story. I highly recommend it. Link in the description. With the lack of a proper support system, people can fall into bad coping habits, seek out the destruction of others, or potentially end their lives. Friendship is so important. The sad reality is that we adults lead busy lives, making it difficult to get together with friends. If they live far away, are poor, or are disabled, then it's like Smash Bros. Brawl on intense difficulty. Regardless, surround yourself with people who care. They don't have to talk with you every day. The best qualities a friend can have, in my opinion, are honesty, consistency, empathy, and a listening ear. Common interests are also important, but not always crucial. The real ones will stick with you through every season of life. If people only stick around when you're successful, funny, and positive, then they clearly never cared. True friends will support you at your lowest and your highest. Conflict won't change how much you love each other. It'll only solidify your friendship. However, if it becomes too frequent and intense, then it's either time to cut ties or seek help. Primarily seek help first. Friendships are not meant for controlling and or using others, but rather for supporting and loving one another. How people express this love can differ from person to person. Your friend can express platonic love by sending memes and TikToks related to you and your special interests. They might ask you about your day, share a song you might like, give you something because it made them think of you, and the list goes on. As long as you respect each other's boundaries, then you'll be okay. Bear in mind that boundaries are set to protect you, not isolate you. So if a friend says they won't talk to you or engage in activities with you due to boundaries, then that's not setting boundaries. That's control and isolation. Isolating yourself from people who truly and clearly care about you will only do more harm than good. Ever since I was a teenager, I wanted friends I could rely on. I was met with half-baked friendships and fakers. The moment I moved to a new church, and when my church friends got married and had kids, that was it. I was non-existent to them. It seems the moment you either move to a different church or school, your friends forget about you. Then I made friends at a book club. It looked promising, but politics ruined everything, so our friendship didn't last. Now, my obsession with Vocaloid has led me to many amazing people I can call my friends. There's always someone in that community who's willing to be there for me in some way. I'm thankful for it every day, and I try not to take it for granted. Yes, you are your constant companion, but surround yourself with companions outside yourself. Life is much better when you have people to share things with. Would you agree? What often ruins friendship, in my experience, is a lack of communication or poor communication. If people aren't direct to me about where we stand, I'm left wondering if they're really my friend or are just keeping me for their status. Call me Applejack the way I value honesty, even if it's blunt. Don't leave your friends in the dark, or it could potentially ruin your friendships. I'll admit that I love bonding with content creators as we share similar interests and struggles. However, I don't want our work to be the only thing that binds us. I want to go further beyond, plus ultra with my friends. Not friends with benefits, rather genuine friends. Don't stick around with me if all you want is what I have to offer, or if it's for something as shallow as status. I hope I'm not the only one who feels this way. The reason I get personal in my videos is that I want no one to feel alone. I don't want others to feel like I'm this unreachable person. Sure, I have my boundaries, but I want my friends to know that I am always a DM away. I want everyone watching to know that making friends, no matter where you are, is possible. I met one of my closest friends in the comment sections of my videos. Don't give up. The right people are out there. Some will find you, and some you have to find. Be careful, of course. Don't just let anyone in. That's for all the minors that could be watching, including adults. That's for everyone. Just be careful. Now, to all the posers, the fakers who befriend others for their own personal gain, you get no sympathy from me. You make the world worse by faking empathy for status. Quit cosplaying a true friend and face yourself. The real ones have nothing to hide. Liars are almost always eventually exposed. So, be ready. The whole point of friendship is to make fond memories with each other, to learn how to trust one another, and have frickin' fun, man. It ain't that deep. Things like fame, status, and fortune fade so quickly. Their sparkle is so bright at first, but after a while, you begin to realize how hollow those things really are. My greatest treasures are not on my shelf. They're in my heart. All of my friends, the memories I've made with them, and the budding connections I'm nursing every so often. You don't need to see or talk to your friends every day. Some have low social batteries, like me. The important thing is to assure them that you're their friend and that you care. Whatever happened to genuine kindness and similar interests as the criteria? Why does it have to be talent and contribution? It honestly makes me happy I am neither talented nor popular. Because if those things were to turn me into a callous creator that fakes empathy, I'd rather be dead and forgotten. Don't get me wrong, creating art is a great way to communicate emotions, and it's something to bond over, but it shouldn't be the only reason you're friends with someone, let alone best friends. I guess the best way I can end this video is with a quote from a story I never published. Friends aren't always the type you see on TV. They come in various forms, but at the end of the day, true friends care about you and continue to extend that as time goes on. A passerby wouldn't do that, right?